I just found out something that blew my mind, y'all. And I want to share it with you all because y'all know that I'm going to share everything with y'all, right? And I always knew it. I always knew it. But I didn't put two and two together because I never thought about it. And I always questioned, like, why? And then, no. But it came to me. So I'm going to share it with y'all. And I want y'all to sit down with your girl and listen to what I'm about to say. You know how they always say the highest consciousness is love. Like once you reach that love consciousness, you can fight the enemies with love, right? Because love can defeat all things. And I always thought about it like, how can we defeat the devil with love? And if we was to fight the devil with love, the devil can still destroy us with love. Like the devil can even use love against us because the devil, they will us in by showing us love. And then once they get us in, then they reveal who they really are. This is why we have narcissists in our life, right? So I'm like, if the highest vibration is love, you can still get defeated with love. Like you can. Like you can't go to somebody that's full of hate and evil and just keep showing them love. They're going to fuck you up, right? So I never believed that love was the highest consciousness. And I was like, I know it got to be something else. So growing up as a little girl, right, I used to always watch Freddy Krueger movies because I grew up watching a lot of horror movies. I still do watch them, but not as much today. And Freddy Krueger was my favorite horror movie, even though it was more funny. But I love Freddy Krueger. I watch every Freddy Krueger movie that exists. And one thing that I noticed in Freddy Krueger movies is that he haunts you in your dreams, right? And every time when you dream, he will come. And in your dream, you can be whatever you wanted to be in your dream. You could be a superhero. You can be a singer. You could be anything. But he only comes in your dreams and he destroys you. But the thing about it is, if you don't have no control of your dream or you don't have no control and you was in fear of him, he would win. But I noticed that in these dreams, the only way that people would defeat him in their dreams is that they have to understand who they were. They have to understand the power that they have in them. And they have to understand that the power that they got in them is the power that can defeat them. Because every time when they would run from Freddy or they would try to fight Freddy, they will always lose. But at the very end, it's always the one that knew exactly who they were. That knew that if they knew who they were completely and knew that it was only a dream and knew that he never really did have no power over them, once they knew who they were completely and they had full control of who they were and they understood the powers that they had, they will always defeat Freddy Krueger. So then it hit me like, oh my God, like the highest vibration is not love. Because they got us thinking that the love is the highest. The highest vibration is not love. The highest vibration in this dimension is not love. The highest vibration in this dimension is knowing who you really are. Knowing that the people that's saying they have control over you really don't have no control. And the fact that we have fear in the entities and the beings that has control over this dimension, we don't know that life is only but a simulation and life is only a dream, and that they are really in fear of us. Because if we wake up to knowing who we really are, and if we wake up to understand, to know that they really don't have no power over us, and we have all the power. If we were to stand in front of the devil right now, we could look at the devil in his face and have no fear over that devil. We would know that the devil is in more fear of us because we are living in a simulation. We are living in a dream. We are living in a dimension. We are living in a realm. And that demon has no control over you, because once you grow in knowing and the power that you have and knowing who you are spiritually, that demon cannot defeat you. Even if he was to become all over you and try to scare you with all the things, you will understand in knowing who you really are. And the only reason why that demon is doing everything that they can do to scare you, because we are inclined with fear. Because the 3D dimension realm is all about fear. This is why we are controlled by fear in this dimension. So once you grow in learning to know who you are spiritually and learning and growing into your higher self, you are going to realize everything in this dimension is really scared of you. This is why we were taught from birth to be in fear of everything. We was taught to be in fear through Christianity, through religion, because they don't want us to know. They don't want us to grow into who we really are spiritually, because then we are going to know that where we really are, they is more in control, because they tell us that they are in control because they put us in fear. And as long as you in fear, you will never grow in learning into who you really are. Because everywhere you go, you are being lied to about you. But once you grow spiritually in who you are, and you understand where you are, you will understand that the beings and the entity and the demons that control this realm, they are in more fear of you. This is why they don't want you to know who you really are. This is why every day we are in captivity of not knowing who we are. Because if we was to grow and know and have a great understanding of knowing who we are, we would know and understand that the beings are more in fear of us, and that we are in fact all the true gods, because they are the ones that is scared. This is why they are doing everything to keep us asleep. They are contaminating our air. They are contaminating our food. They are contaminating our water. They are contaminating our soil. They are contaminating everything that's supposed to embrace us and keep us inclined with who we are. They have destroyed and contaminated everything because they don't want us to wake up. Why is it that we are living in a dimension that is trying their damnness to keep us asleep, to keep us not knowing who we are? Why is we being lied to through these books and through places and things? Why are we being targeted and being lied to every single day? Because we are amongst demons that is more in fear of us, because we have all the control over them. Once we grow into our higher self and we realize that these demons are actually in fear of us, we can have control. And once you grow in learning and knowing and understanding who you are going to be able to see things around you more insightful. You can look around and you can understand that. You can understand that, you know. So when you're in the 5D level, when you are at a higher grade of consciousness, it's not about knowing it all or knowing everything. It's about knowing what you see, identifying what you see, and understanding what you see. And at that point, you are going to know that it's nothing that the devil can do to you, because everything that the devil is doing in your face, you see it, you identify it, and you know what it is. So it's not going to bother you the way it will bother a person that's in a 3D level that don't know what they see. They can't identify what they see. They don't understand what they see. So they're going to be more in fear of it. So this is why it is easier to scare a person that is in a 3D dimension than a person that is in a 5D, because we understand that we are greater. We understand that everything in this life is designed to keep us in fear. But the fact that we are in a 5D consciousness, when we see these demons, when we see these things, it really doesn't fear us, because we know that this is what they use to keep us at a certain degree level. and we have more power over them. So, wow.